Hey, I'm coming to you this morning from beautiful Beaver Valley. It's about a 2-hour drive from Toronto. It's gorgeous here. Today's practice is going to focus on opening through the hip joint, so external hip rotation, and also opening through the shoulder joints, so opening through the chest. I don't have any props here with me, but if you have a block and a strap or something like a strap, that will work, and I will cue during the practice when you will need the strap and the block. So enjoy, let's get started. So we'll start from the top of the mat or from the top of your dock. And start with just feeling the feet into the ground. So as you rock back and forth, feel the heels and then feel the toes digging into the floor. So getting grounded from the front and the back of the foot, and then keeping the knees slightly bent, tucking the pelvis under, so bringing the belly button in, pulling the low ribs in, and then opening through the shoulders, and maybe interlacing the fingertips behind you to help open the shoulders, and then tucking the chin, making the neck long, and pulling the top of the head towards the sky. So grounded from the feet, and the head is moving towards the sky. And then from here, we're going to separate the feet a little wider than hip distance and start folding forward. Keep those fingertips interlaced behind you. As you fold forward, you're going to drop the head towards the ground and bring the interlaced fingertips up over the head. And then once you get here, you're going to say no with the head, gently, slowly, and then you're going to say yes with the head. And just work into the neck from waking up, and allowing the shoulders to continue to open here. And then we're going to release the fingertips, drop the right palm to the floor, and then twist gently to the left. So your left palm is moving towards the sky. Left leg is straight, right knee is bent. And keep twisting towards the left. Keep rolling that left shoulder back behind you and looking up towards the left thumb. A big breath through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. One more big inhale like that. Inhale nose, exhale mouth. And then closing the left arm, bringing the left arm down. And then going for a twist on the other side. So left palm down this time. Right palm all the way up to the sky. Right leg is straight. Left knee bends here. So inhaling deep through the nose, exhaling mouth. Keep rolling the right shoulder back. Feel into the neck. If the neck lets you, look all the way up. Look all the way up. And if it doesn't, then you can look down. No neck tension, not forcing anything here. And exhale, right palm will come down. We're going to stay in a forward fold for a little bit. So we're going to hold the opposite elbows. Keep drawing the head down. So really release from the neck, from the face, and make the head heavy. And allow the weight of the head to elongate the cervical spine here. Make the spine long. Big inhale nose, big exhale mouth. Inhale nose. Exhale, mouth. And then if you're ready, we're gonna walk the palms to the front, or walk the feet to the back. And come into this gentle, gentle downward dog. So knees bent a lot first thing in the morning and for the very first downward dog. So really feel into the hips, feel into the hamstrings. And keep walking the heels one at a time, bending the knees one at a time. And also relax the neck, relax the head here. So the gaze is between your big toes, looking between the two big toes on the mat, releasing the tension from the neck. And then we're going to connect the feet, connect the toes, drop the knees down, coming into child's pose here. And then releasing the hips all the way down towards the heels. Inhale, walk the fingertips to the front of the mat. And then exhale, drop the head down. Really feel the parts of the face and the forehead connecting to the floor. And maybe even roll the head left to right. Feel into the hips here. Maybe with time you notice that, oh, maybe the knees can go a little wider. And I can go a little deeper into the hip joint. Inhale one more time, walk the fingertips forward. Exhale, try to bring the hips back towards the heels. So by doing this, we're forcing the spine to elongate. Keep breathing slow with awareness. And then from here, we're going to bring the knees back together. Come into tabletop and move through very gentle cat-cows. So inhaling, looking up, and exhaling, looking down, rounding the spine and tucking the pelvis, doming the back, dropping the head, releasing the neck. Inhale, looking up, cow, opening through the clavicles, through the shoulders. And exhale, rounding. Halloween cat. Keep tucking the pelvis under. And then inhaling, dropping the belly button, sending the hips all the way back. Look up. Keep trying to open through the chest. It feels always so awkward here. And one more time, exhaling, doming the back. Try to reach your mid-spine towards the sky and release the neck at the same time and tuck the pelvis. Pull the belly button into the spine and release, come back to neutral spine here. I'm going to step your right foot forward. So we're gonna come into the slow lunge here. I always have to find this where the wood slats are, so the knee can rest on the wood slat rather than in the hole between them. So make it comfortable for the knee, maybe double up the mat. Okay, so from here we're gonna bring the right palm on the inner right foot here, and then walk the right foot a little bit out to the right, and then turn your toes out around 45 degrees. So that follows the natural shape of the hip bones here. And then maybe see if you want to walk the right foot a little bit forward, but no pushing though. And the toes in the back are relaxed if that's comfortable for the knee, and if not, then you can tuck the toes. And so we're here feeling into the hip flexion on the right, hip extension on the left, still making the spine long, so still feeling like you're reaching forward with the top of your head, neck long. And then maybe, wherever you are today, maybe you come down on the elbows, if that's available today. My hips are saying, nope, not yet. So just respecting where the body is in every moment. And then from here, we're going to close that right foot and bring it directly 12 o'clock, toes pointing forward, and then maybe bringing it a little bit closer to the center line and shifting the hips all the way back. Slowly take your time, coming into this runner's lunge. Maybe as you keep shifting the pelvis back, the toes come up. We're working on the hamstring this way. And still, rather than collapsing the chest, opening the chest, rolling the shoulders back, the same way we did in cow and cat-cow. So still opening through the chest, still thinking of the heart moving forward. So in this pose, even though it's about the hamstring, there's a kind of a beautiful story in terms of the heart moving forward. So you're leading your life with the heart. You're allowing the heart to lead the way for where you step with that foot. So wherever you go, whatever actions you bring, you allow the heart to lead those actions rather than the head, because then the head is also forward. But we're opening the chest so the heart is leading rather than the head. Okay, and then gently gonna step with the right foot forward, and we'll switch the legs gracefully. And then your left foot is gonna step forward here. And then maybe you're getting that space between the left and the right foot by walking that right foot back. And again, find a space for the knee to rest on. And then same thing here, walking your left foot a little bit outside, closer to the left edge of the mat. And then opening the toes 45 degrees, bringing the left palm inside. And again, depending where you are today, maybe coming down on the elbows and resting here. So again, think of rolling that heart forward. And so this pose is, I feel, very difficult because it's working on two very big movements, both extension and flexion of the hips. So there's a lot going on. So we're just gonna come back to the breathing. I'm gonna inhale for 4. I'm going to exhale for 8. So exhales are twice the length of the inhales to let the parasympathetic nervous to kick in. Inhaling nose for 4. Exhaling for 8. And trying to open the chest, rolling the shoulders back. And then when you're ready, walking that left foot a little bit in, back to the center line, pointing the toes 12 o'clock, and then sending the hips all the way back. And then maybe you release those back toes, and then the left toes are looking at your face. And feeling deep into the left hamstring here. And still leading with the heart. So the heart is leading the way here in this pose, opening through the chest. And then slowly, slowly, we're gonna walk onto the left foot. And then bring the right foot to the front of the mat. So big step forward. And then engage the glutes and slowly, slowly rolling all the way up as though you're rolling up one vertebrae at a time. And then once you get to the top, inhaling, arms all the way up, greeting the sun wherever the sun is for you. Mine is behind me. Exhale all the way down, head down. And then as we inhale and come up, you're gonna come up with the right knee with you. So inhaling with the right knee all the way up. And then finding that balance on your left foot, and then opening the right hip to the right side. So moving slowly with awareness here, and then your left palm can rest on your left waist, or maybe to get more balance, you can extend that left arm all the way out. Whoop! If you lose the balance, you can find it back again. So 2 more breaths there. And then closing the hip just as gently as we brought it out. We're gonna close the hip. And then, let me turn around to you. Gonna rest that right ankle on the left knee. And slowly, slowly come sit in the chair. So now your right knee is externally rotating. We're opening through the right hip and finding the balance. So looking somewhere on the floor at something that's not moving. And then maybe the palms come together in front of the heart. Maybe the arms are in a T for more balance. We're here for 3 more breaths. So the left leg is engaged, left glute is on. Finding that strength in the left leg. 1 and 2, and then we're just going to stand up. Beautiful release. Shake it out. And then we're gonna go for the other side. So we'll start again with a forward fold on this side. Release the low back. Bend the knees a lot and just let the low ribs rest on the upper thighs. And then when you're ready to come up, we're gonna come up with that left knee with you. Slowly, slowly. So this is part of the challenge, coming up. And then opening that left hip to the left side. And again, your right palm can be extended. Right palm can rest on the right waist. And finding something on the ground to rest the gaze on. So the gaze is your drishti point. And it's a way to train the brain to focus. So 3 more breaths here. 1, 2. And 3, closing that left hip and then resting the left ankle on the right knee, coming down, sitting into the chair. And then once you find that chair, maybe connecting the palms together, maybe extending the arms. I think this is called a flying eagle. Feels appropriate. So 5 breaths in total here. 1. And then you can choose to sit as low as you want to. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhaling, engaging that right leg, strong leg. Left knee up, and then releasing the left leg. Whoo, shake it out. Wowee. Okay, so next one is gonna be the goddess pose. We're gonna open up through the feet, and we're gonna pay attention to the knees, trying to track the toes here. So this is again external rotation here. So a couple options with the palms. You can either hold Anjali Mudra in front of the heart, or you can extend the arms above you, which is gonna make it 100 times more difficult. So these are the options. Or again, always opening through the arms. Okay, so Anjali Mudra, and then exhaling, sitting all the way down. And again, you're going down as far as you need to today. 5 breaths here. Keeping the chest open, rolling the shoulders back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to release the palms, bring the palms to the inner knees with the fingers pointing down. And once you get there, we're going to drop that right shoulder down so the right arm is straight, left elbow bends. You're dropping your right shoulder down, looking up towards the ceiling. And pressing that right knee away with your right palm. 2 breaths here. 1 and 2. Inhale brings you back up to the center. Pressing the left knee away with the left palm. Drop that left shoulder down. Left arm straight. Right elbow bends. Looking up towards the sky. 1, 2. And 3. Inhale brings you up, all the way up. Oh my God, quads are on fire. Letting them rest. Wow, that's a lot of work for legs today, so early. Okay, so from here, let's come back down to the floor. So touch the ground with the palms. Step the feet back. So we're gonna stay in plank for 5 long breaths. So keep pressing the floor away. Keep pulling the heels towards the back of the mat. Pull the belly button in. Strong arms, strong shoulders. 5 breaths. We're breathing through the nose very slow. 1. Developing the strength. 2. 3, 4, and 5. Knees come down. Release the toes in the back, and then gently, gently chaturanga down. Arms are strong. Inhale into cobra bhujangasana. Looking all the way up. Again, rolling the shoulders back and away from the ears. Inhaling, looking up. Exhaling, allowing the hips to come closer to the ground. And then looking over the right shoulder, looking at the right heel. Fix the gaze there on the right heel. 2 breaths here. 1 and 2. Inhale brings the head back to the center. Exhale, looking over the left shoulder. Fix the gaze on the left heel. 1 and 2. Inhale back to the center. Going to send the hips all the way back, but as you get to the tabletop, you're gonna separate the knees wide this time. Touch the toes, send the hips back. Drop the head down. So the cobra was really opening the low back And in child's pose, we're doing the opposite. So both flexion and extension of the low back. This should feel really good after cobra. And then roll the space between the eyes. Massage that third eye space as the head is down. So as we're letting the hips sink deeper, we're going to walk the palms all the way towards the right, as far right as you can. And start inhaling into the left side body here. So left armpit, left ribs, left waist. Big inhale through the nose. Big exhale. Inhale nose. Exhale through the mouth. And the next inhale brings you back to the center. And then exhale and walk the palms all the way to the left. So start inhaling into the right armpit, into the right ribs, into the right waist. And still allowing the forehead to rest on the floor. And then if you notice that the right hip is coming up, drop that right hip all the way down. And inhale brings you back to the center. Big inhale nose, exhale mouth. Release everything from the shoulders, from the hips. Really melt the body into the floor. And then when you're ready, we'll come onto your back. Take your time getting there. And open up through the legs and open up through the arms. And bring the palms all the way up to the sky. And let the heels sink into the floor. So inhaling through the nose and then exhale through the mouth and let the body melt. Melt through the upper back and then melt with the hips into the floor and then melt the heels down. And then if you're ready, you can start inhaling again deep into the belly to bring the awareness back to the body. And then make tiny movements with the fingers and toes. And then maybe a big stretch with the arms overhead, as though you're waking up a second time. And then maybe rotating the ankles and the wrists in one direction. And then going the opposite direction. And then when you're ready, rolling onto your right side, we'll bring the knees into the chest. Maybe your right bicep is a pillow under your right ear. You're going to bring in one thought of gratitude for yourself, for one good quality about yourself. So you're going to think up one good quality about you and then express gratitude to yourself for that quality. So in a way, this is an exercise in seeing yourself and being seen by yourself. When you offer this loving reflection to yourself about who you are. And then really let that sink into the body, sink into the brain. And then when we come up, we're coming up as this new person who embodies more of that quality that you just mentioned to yourself. And then we'll close the practice by just bringing the palms together. I'm bowing the head down and bowing it not to myself, but bowing it to your own divine being and saying thank you to yourself for dedicating this time to your own well-being and feeling good. Thank you. Woo, mozzies. Oh,